Living Local presents Biz Buzz 413 with your host, Jill Munson.
And before we get started with today's episode of Biz Buzz 413, a couple quick thank you shout outs. Tiger Web Designs, thanks for making us look awesome on the World Wide Web. A thank you to my company, Pop More, confidence coaching and training done differently. And of course, a huge thank you to livinglocal413.org. Hey, welcome back in. It's another episode of Biz Buzz 413, and I'm still Jill Munson, your host. I am so excited that Bill Cole, the founder of Living Local 413, gave me this platform. He had no idea. No, he wants to really foster the idea that 413 is a big region and we have a lot going on. And Living Local 413, the website, the whole initiative has so many pieces to it, lots of great stuff. So I invite you just to go to the website at livinglocal413.org and check it out. But Biz Buzz 413 is a part of it. And what we're doing is we're really chatting with different people, not just business owners, but people across all of the 4 counties of Western Massachusetts to see what is going on, what is happening, and what do people want to hear about. And we're having these engaging conversations and we're learning more and more about each other. And it's been really awesome, including our newer feature, which is Beyond the Biz card. And if you want to be a part of that, or you know someone who's kind of got a cool story, make sure you share it with me. Share any ideas you have. I'll do my very best to get back to you as quickly as I can. And you can do so at Biz Buzz, and that's BIZBUZZ at livinglocal413.org. And today I have, and I would say she's a friend, but she's a newer friend. And I'm very excited to welcome Lindsay LaBonte, branch manager of Applied Mortgage Team. How are you today, Lindsay?
Hey, Jill, I am wonderful. Thanks so much for having me.
Is it all right that I called you a newer friend?
Oh, of course. Definitely.
Okay, I feel like you and me were the types of people who we never meet anyone who doesn't become a friend.
Exactly. Especially if we're on here talking to each other on air, right? We are for sure friends.
My wife doesn't like it though, because my Thanksgiving table has gotten very big because I'm like, hey, it's a friend. It's another friend. So I know a little bit about Applied Mortgage and the story, the storied history there. But would you share with those listening a little bit about the company and also about, how you and your role came to be?
Sure, of course. So, yeah, Applied Mortgage is a legacy business. My dad actually founded the company. We're a residential mortgage team, which means we help people buy, sell, refinance, renovate homes, any condos, single families, multifamilies that you're going to live in or that you're going to rent out, really all things mortgages. And what's really cool is I knew from a really young age I wanted to work. I was good at school. I went to school. I did all the things you're supposed to do. But I saw my dad and I saw him come home every day feeling so fulfilled, helping people into homes. And I just knew I wanted to do it too. And so I always joke that as soon as I turned 16 and could legally work, I just showed up at his office and I never left. So 20 years later, almost, the rest is history, and it's been really fun to make it into my own. We worked together for a while, my dad and I, and then he's since retired, and I've put my own spin on things. So it's a great, great business, and we've helped thousands of homeowners across Western Massachusetts over the last 35 years.
It's crazy because I think to myself, Lindsay, well, first of all, could I have worked with my parent? No. And they've both passed away. So I could say that, although I might get struck down by lightning. But no, I think so. What is it like now? Is dad still involved? Does he give his opinion? How does that work?
Yeah, I always joke every time I call him because, whether it's for fatherly advice or business advice, right? It all kind of blends together at this point. So he's definitely on speed dial. But yeah, I think what actually kind of worked well, he officially did his last loan, worked one-on-one with somebody in 2017. And then we had this kind of slow transition where I took over management, and the pandemic actually is what kind of got him out of the office because there's that, I guess, old school, right? Like I need to be here, brick and mortar kind of thing that of course went away. And so that actually really spurred him into more of a true retirement. But yeah, he's definitely, as far as just some big picture stuff, staff management, just different leadership tactics for sure. I lean on my dad. But as far as the
Oh,
day to day, the mortgage and the real estate world changes so quickly.
yeah.
Marketing has changed so drastically. He kind of jokes that he's like, you kicked me out before I became obsolete, which is not true at all. He's very, very competent. But
Oh, he would have gone viral, I have a
oh yeah,
feeling. Yeah,
I
yeah.
know. I keep actually trying to get him to do Tuesdays with Todd, but we'll see.
Oh, I love the legacy part of it though, because there's a certain, I know how you run your company and I love how you lead, but I love that you have this foundation that was given to you by your father to build upon. Because I think, and that he's also, I mean, and I don't know him, but that he gave you that grace and the space to say, "Hey, I'm here if you need me, but this is your baby and go for it."
Yeah.
And it kind of leads into you're doing some things that are a little bit different. Your father and the company forever has been very involved in the community. However, you really wanted to do something that had some, we'll say, marketing, some brand around it, something that kind of brought it all together. And so you created this new initiative, Love Local Days. And I don't know, you got to tell me about this. What is this all about? Love Local Days.
So this is one of those 3 a.m. ideas that actually kind of works, I think. I'd been mulling it over, yeah, because for years we had corporate social responsibility and giving back to the community, and we support sometimes over 30 organizations a year, right, with different, whether it's volunteering or donating or whatever. But we've just done it. It's kind of just been something we've done, but we didn't necessarily claim it, if that makes
Right.
sense. And
No,
and
yeah.
also a lot of the work is with nonprofit organizations, and that's great. I mean, that's not something that we're going to stop doing. But I had this idea that was, how do I take the 10,000 plus network of homeowners that we have across the Pioneer Valley. And also, about 10% of the people we work with are entrepreneurs. They have
Wow.
businesses, big,
Wow.
small, medium. Yeah, it's a good size. So, how do I mobilize that network and support the maybe retail, brick and mortar, restaurants, whomever that we've worked with over the years at the same time? And also give me an opportunity to really stay in front of people, shake their hands again. We've gone totally virtual in the mortgage world, and
Right.
I miss at least that belly to belly time. And so this really gets all of those dynamics and kind of works it together so we can give something back to the business owners we've worked with, we can give something back to the homeowners we've worked with, and we get to come together as a community, our applied mortgage community. So yeah,
So what? Yeah. Okay. So first of all, it's awesome. I'm a big local girl, and I mean, the funniest thing is I say that, and then I'll run into somebody I know in Walmart, and they're like, "You shopped local," and I was like, "I do," but every once in a while, a girl needs her underwear and her apples at the
right.
same time. I'm sorry,
Sometimes you can't avoid it.
right? But I try to do local. So explain to me what the program is, and then let's look at like how I'm assuming somebody can get involved if they're listening, right? So tell me some of those details.
Yeah, so essentially love local days. We are loving on our local shops and restaurants and retailers just for a quick day. So that's
Okay.
kind of the premise. Each event is a little bit different. It's all sort of coming together organically. So I
Okay.
put this call to action out to my network and really just described what I described just now. And I had quite a few, about 10 or 12 businesses
Wow.
get
That's
right
awesome.
back to me who were like, heck yes, let's do this. How do we do it? And so they're all kind of coming together through really meeting the needs of that specific business. So, for example, one of them's at a bar. So that's a more typical happy hour. They'll have a fun
Whoa,
drink
I
for
want
us.
that one. Hello. No,
Yeah,
just
casual, come on in, whatever.
yeah.
Another one is a complimentary yoga class. So we're
Oh,
going to pay for people to go do yoga. So, we really have these. There's a coffee shop, there's possibly a movie theater, right? So just
I
these
love
different
this.
days. Yeah. And they'll all
And
be
so
on our website.
you're going to Applied Mortgage Team is going to help cut some of the costs for the
Exactly.
consumer to do the thing.
Exactly. Yep. So
Oh,
we'll have a
wow.
special coupon. So, at the bar, for example, it'll be a free drink. At the yoga place, it's the free yoga class. So we'll be paying the business to hold those spots, and we'll give
Right.
that out to our network of folks, whoever's able to come and RSVP and show up, and then we'll all be together as a community doing whatever the given activity is for that business. And it's all made to cater to whatever that business needs. So, I have this idea, but when I speak with the business owner, they're really the one that's saying, hey, here's how
Right.
I think this could help. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
do they have to be, so if somebody hasn't, got a mortgage from you, which well, duh, them. But if somebody hasn't used Applied Mortgage Team for their mortgage, can they still participate in
Yeah,
this? Like, okay,
definitely. This is to help the general community. I mean, now more than ever, we know retail, restaurants, brick and mortar, right? It's tough. And
yeah.
so we want to bring a force out. We want to bring our applied mortgage community. I want to leverage the network. And even if I only get one extra person in the door for that day, that's better than zero, right?
Right.
So,
Well, and
yes,
like they become potentially a return customer for that yoga shop, right? Like if they go in,
exactly.
if they buy an ice cream, you know what I mean? And
That's
then,
the goal.
they,
Next time they bring their friends.
right. I
Yeah.
mean, no, it's such, I mean, I'm in my brain, I'm thinking like, hopefully, I'm not going to say hopefully anymore. People are listening. I know people are listening. I'm seeing the numbers. But for the people that are listening, think about it. Like think about the things you like to do that are local, like an ice cream shop. I'm thinking like the smoothie, like there's a ton of smoothie bars that I've checked out. Coffee, like you mentioned, coffee, coffee, coffee all day long. Coffee shops would be a great one.
Definitely.
There's a million restaurants and restaurateurs and all of those activities. Like I was thinking about, like when you mentioned movie, I was like axe throwing or go-karting and golfing. And I feel like there is like endless possibilities of things that could reach out to you. And then I know you have to evaluate it, and you guys have your own little inner workings of a committee. But I think it's just genius because we forget, right? We forget to take care of our own sometimes. Don't you
Hmm.
think? Yeah,
And
without
sometimes
a
we
doubt.
just forget what's out there for options. I find myself all the time with my family or my friends where like, what are we going to do tonight? Or what are we going to do this weekend? And there's an abundance of options, but sometimes you've never done it or you forget about it. And so I'm hoping again that this is just really a great way to use our social capital, right? Businesses often have these big databases of customers, in my case, of homeowners.
Right.
And it's a way that I can help a business and help my homeowners to give them a little coupon and to give the business a little more promotion or marketing. So yeah, we have a committee, we have a review process, we have a budget, right? I can't do something every single day. I wish I could,
Well, yeah.
unless I get a lot more mortgages in the door. But we're just shooting for once a month and doing August through November. We'll probably break for the holidays. We'll see how it goes. And then maybe it's something we do monthly into next year too. I certainly hope so. I think it'll evolve.
No, I love it. And this also is good karma when you play the lottery, because if you win the lottery, you could do it every day. You could be like Oprah.
Exactly.
You get a car. You get a love local day. You get a love local day, right?
I would love that. I would have some crazy organization and yeah, yeah. Let's
Anything
hope.
is possible.
Put the karma
So
out there for the lottery. Thanks.
karma, karma, karma. I just remember who you spoke to about now. So
Exactly.
somebody's listening, they want to get involved, or they want to at least inquire about how to get involved. What's the process? Do they go on your website? Do they email? Do they call you? Do they send a carrier pigeon? What do you want them to do?
Yeah, best way. If you keep an eye on our website, appliedmortgageteam.com/local dash love dash days. It's a
Got
mouthful.
it.
We can probably link it.
I will.
That is
I'll try. I'm new at this thing, but
that
I'll try.
I'll share it when I share the podcast.
Thanks.
The That's actually our landing page that's going to be updated throughout the fall. So
Great.
this will also be going out in our newsletter. So you can email me if you want to subscribe to the newsletter too, and you'll hear it first. And keep an eye on our social media as well.
So before I don't want to let you go yet. I want to ask you. So in general, whether it's this initiative being Love Local Days, which is, kind of looking more at the small business community, or like you said, medium or large, but the business community and how you can help them. And you mentioned, the idea that the Applied Mortgage Team, I mean, you guys do so much. Habitat for Humanity and Look Park, and I mean the list goes on and on and on. But why? And you're not out there making a big deal about it all the time. Finally, you're starting to say, hey, we're doing some of this stuff, but you've been doing it for years. So why are things like this and giving back to the community so ingrained in who the Applied Mortgage team is?
I think we speak with people who either own homes or want to own homes right here in the area. They're moving in or they're here and they want to stay here. And there's a really special reason for that. It's because we have such an amazing community. We have a ton of people who care. We have great downtowns, lots of little downtowns throughout the area, lots of little cities, mini cities, towns. We've got great hospitals, great colleges, great, nature, hiking areas, all these things going on. Politically, everything, right? It's like this special place.
Yep.
And I want it to stay that way. And I think it's as simple as that. It's like, how can we make sure that this is a place that people continue to want to raise their homes, raise their families, raise their businesses, and have a way of being connected to each other where they in turn can say, hey, this was a cool idea. I want to go support that shop again, or I want to do an initiative like this on my own. I think
Yeah.
it's really as simple as that. How can we keep connecting and convening and keep the area a thriving community that it's always been?
No, and thank you. I love that. I mean,
And you're doing that with this podcast too, right? It's a
thank you.
similar.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think so. It's funny. I've wanted to do a podcast. I've had different ideas, and I just one day I was talking with Bill, and I said, you know what? I love Western Massachusetts, like in my bones, in my blood, like you're describing, and I feel so often that we forget, like you said. I mean, literally, I was thinking about, the Bridge of Flowers, like recently, just had like a huge renovation, Shelburne Falls, if people don't know, Bridge of Flowers, and it had this huge renovation. I'm like, when's the last time I went to the Bridge of Flowers? Like, I should maybe check that out, right? And we take it for granted sometimes. So thank you for that kind of, if you will, swift kick in the pants, Lindsay. I appreciate it.
Anytime, Jill. I got you.
Well, I want to definitely have you back in the future. At some point, we'll probably have to have you on, and you have to teach me about, like, and everybody about, like, the budgeting and the planning and the getting ready to either buy the first home, or for those that are potentially, like, at the other end of it and starting to get ready to downsize and sell their home. Like, what should we be doing? So we'll have that conversation on another day if you'll come back.
It's not your mother's market. That's what somebody said after I was done speaking to them the other day. They're like, you know what? It's just not my mom's market. She was wrong. And I think it's true. It's hard for people. They go to advice from friends and family, and oh, it's changed. And Jill, because you've been doing some great interviews on housing and some great
Thank you.
articles. So
Yeah.
that's a whole
Yeah.
other.
No, and I hope people hear what Lindsay just said. And I'm never going to be a sales pitch kind of girl on this show. That's not my intention. Here's what I would recommend. First of all, I know Lindsay, so I trust her. But beyond just Lindsay, no matter what, if you're considering buying a home, or on the other end, if you're considering selling your home and buying something else, is consider, everybody feels like that expression, right? Like, everybody knows a realtor, everybody knows a person who does mortgage, everyone knows a insurance person, right? Great. I recommend finding another person outside of that little family circle that you can trust, that you can talk to, because sometimes it's not your mother's mortgage company anymore, right? And you need to know what's different, and getting that perspective can help. So Lindsay's one option. She's a good one, but she's just one great option you can check out for sure. So thank you for being here.
Thank you, Jill. This was a lot of fun. You're doing great work spreading the word on everything for everybody.
Trying like heck. So thank you so much, Lindsay LaBonte, branch manager, Applied Mortgage Team. I will do my best to link everything. The show is Biz Buzz 413. I am your host. My name is Jill Munson. My company, if you'd ever like to reach out, is Pop More. You can reach me online at popmorenow.com. And I am looking for thoughts on the show, whether it's the Beyond the Biz card series, where we dive deep into someone's psyche and no, just kidding. We want to get to know people, but also what great things like Applied Mortgage are going on in the community. Share them with me, and I will get back to you, and we'll set up time to record. You can email me at bizbuzz, that's BIZBUZZ, at livinglocal413.org. And in the meantime, as I close every podcast, remember, we truly do live in one of the best places in the country, the 413.
Biz Buzz 413 was brought to you by Living Local.